Hi, this is Asa, and welcome to my audio experience. We're going to be talking about some tips today that will help you with allergies. And a lot of people are struggling with allergies now. Depending on where you live, maybe it's all the time. You know, some places in the U.S. especially have little pockets where people deal with allergies a lot. Well, I'm going to talk about some things today. Remember, allergies don't so much happen with the pollen and the cat dander and things that are around us. The allergies really happen more on the inside. It's what's going on in your digestive tract and how well your body is breaking down proteins. We're going to get to that in just a moment. But listen, more than anything, we want to see you have amazing health. Your health is your greatest wealth. No matter what anybody tells you, is that your health literally is your greatest form. It's your greatest asset. It doesn't matter if you work, make a bunch of money. If you lose your health, then you lose everything. And on this show, we want to help you do that. We want to help you maximize everything you have with your health in your life. You can always give me a call, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call. We want to make you part of the show. Matter of fact, we're going to go to the lines and talk to Glenn. Hi, Glenn. Welcome.
I have myasthenia gravis, obviously an autoimmune disease.
Mm-hmm.
Just heard that should not be taking green tea, and I try to take a lot of green tea. I'm doing well by myasthenia gravis standards. Wasn't sure if he should take green tea, or he was saying he should not take green tea. He was a little bit loose in his specificity.
Yeah.
And just myasthenia gravis in general. I take the 3 usual cocktails: azathioprine, prednisone, and mestinon. Although I stopped my mestinon about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Exercise heavily, riding the bike.
So on myasthenia gravis, a couple things. I just want to jump right in. Remember that when you're dealing with this, you're going down the right road of doing things as natural as you can. Obviously, if there's medicine involved and you want the physician that you're working with, hopefully you've put them in a high regard and you're listening to them. You know, one thing I don't like is when everybody kind of disses their doctor and they come to me. I don't want you doing that. I want you to really listen to the doctor, the physician, whomever's working with you. Listen to them. Like, really get involved with what they're telling you and follow the treatment plan, because, look, at the end of the day, in their respective field, they're the expert, okay? But I can tell you some things that definitely will help in this, and it's a big deal. Myasthenia gravis is no joke. And you were talking about the green tea a minute ago. Now, there's 2 pathways in the body that creates autoimmune system issues. Okay, there's the T1 side. We call it the T1 helper. And the T2. Okay, so let's just do that to keep it very, very simple. So you're either active in the T1 side and passive in the T2, or you're passive in the T1 and active in the T2. Okay, well, with myasthenia gravis and with any condition, whether it's myasthenia gravis or lupus or any of these conditions like that, you want to get down and you want to figure out, okay, what side is active, what side is passive. Because if you take foods in on a regular basis that are going to activate the already active side, that's where it's going to be an issue. So we really got to get in and use foods that are going to take an active side and bring it down. Now, typically green tea can work on either axis. That's why it's kind of like one of those things you got to almost play around with a little bit to see how your body responds. Now, if you drink green tea, here's obviously the telltale sign. If you drink green tea and you don't feel great, meaning that your symptoms increase, then obviously the green tea, and there's a lot of foods in that category that will play around with that and cause that to be more active, okay? The opposite of green tea is echinacea tea. The only challenge is it really tastes terrible. Like, I'm not a fan of echinacea tea at all. But it really does go in and help, and it makes a big difference if it's the exact opposite. So I always, with any kind of autoimmune condition, you have to get in and figure out exactly what foods are going to impact one side and affect the other. I mean, that is the bottom line. That's the one thing we've got to figure out more than anything, is to figure that out. Okay, and once you do that, then you can get the body to start to balance. Now that's separate from exactly what we're talking about with your physician giving you certain medications to do certain things. Okay, so like if they're treating this one way, but you're wanting to go over here and do all these natural things, that's okay. You don't have to pick sides. As a matter of fact, in a lot of situations, especially with like cancer, that's a smart move. You know, people look at me and they're like, "Well, you're the natural guy." No, I'm balanced, because as a 3-time physician, I've got 3 different doctorates. I've been trained in every field. I've been in the alternative side, in mainstream medicine, in regular medical, physician as an MD. I can tell you, I'm trained in both sides, Eastern medicine, Western medicine, and I know how they come together. And it's something like this is really important because with myasthenia gravis, you don't just want to wing it. You definitely don't want to just listen to this show and just take a few tips, make some notes, and go on your own. I mean, like that's just not smart. People do that. Like, we're not your doctor. This is not your doctor's office. We love being here with you and helping you and encouraging you. But, we're here to give you some good information, some coaching, some direction, and bring it all together so it makes sense. My big thing is education. That's what I want to help you do, is learn, is to figure it out, is to know what your options are more than anything so you can make good decisions. Because at the end of the day, that's what we have to do, is make good decisions, okay? Now, the other thing with myasthenia gravis, make sure you do this, is you want to look at everything to support anything to do with the nervous system. So fish oil is a big one. I'm a big cod liver oil fan because it's got the omega-3, 6s, and 9s. It's also got vitamin A and vitamin D. Okay, that's number one. So cod liver oil is one of my favorite forms of omega-3 fats to get those in because we don't really get omega-3 fats. You don't get it from hardly anywhere. I mean, it's very hard to get in. So eggs are really good. Egg yolks make a big difference. Now, the other thing is with omega-3 fatty acids, I'm a big fish guy, so I really like salmon. I like tilapia. I like tuna. Those are all great. Sardines, not my favorite tasting, but they're really, really good. But for the immune system and for the nervous system, they're fantastic. So you want to focus on the things that do that. Vitamin D is another one, and also remember the vitamin A. But they both come in cod liver oil, so you can kind of knock them all out at once. Might need a little bit more vitamin D on that, but that is the ultimate way to go. But myasthenia gravis, yes, it's a challenge. But if you focus in on getting good, lean quality proteins, that's a big one. Anything with the nervous system, proteins make a big difference. So you want to look at that. And then your fats. Fats are not going to make you fat, per se. Fats are going to help you get to a place where your nervous system is supported. And that's the key. In this case, that's what you really want to focus on. Okay, now keep me posted how that goes. We definitely want to hear from you. If you haven't checked us out on the web, go to asarx.com. That's asarx.com. I'm Asa, by the way, here with you each and every day. I want to support you, encourage you, help you, get you to the next level with your health and with your life. Why? Because your life matters. It does. We want to help you be the best version of you in every area. If you haven't joined us online in our community, you need to check it out. Go to asarx.com. We're there for you. Listen, we are a group of people that are going to lock arms with you, help you to get you to the next level with your health. Because if you're struggling with diabetes or high blood pressure, depression, you can't lose the weight, whatever it is, there's options. Not only are there options, there's people that struggle just like you do. Just like you do, and we want to help you. We want to walk with you, take you by the hand, lock arms, whatever you want to say, march with you, whatever you want to say. We want to be with you to take you on that journey, to know that you can get out of it and you can become that best version of you. You can lose the weight. You can come off the medications. You can get your life back, because that's what it's all about. It's about living. It's not about just surviving. Many people are just surviving today. It's about thriving. It's not just about barely making it. It's about becoming the best version of you, knowing that your health is this gift, and taking care of it. All it takes is the right kind of tools, the right knowledge, but it also takes the willpower. It takes the want to be able to get where you need to go with your health. And that's what we want to help you do here on this show, in our community, and everything that we're about is we want to walk with you, take you by the hand, and make your life better. And guess what? I believe it can be. I believe that whatever you tuned in with this right now, whatever you came in here with, you don't have to leave with. Life can get better. Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
To find out more, connect with On Call Radio online at InShapeNetwork.com.
So glad you're with us. Make sure to go to the website, go to asarx.com. Everything with social media, Asa Rx. If you look us up, you will find us. Why the RX? Am I writing you a prescription? Maybe. We're solutions. We're solution-based. More than anything, when you come here, when you're with us each and every day on any platform that we're on, we want to be with you, help you, encourage you, give you that little bit of push. Hey, if you haven't gone to my YouTube channel, make sure to go to the YouTube channel. Every single day we're posting a brand new video. I want to encourage you, motivate you, inspire you to be better. Because with our health, look, I've learned one thing. A good friend of mine, Dave Ramsey, always says, and it took me a while to really get it, but he said this. He said that with money, 20% of it is the mechanics. It's the knowledge. It's the know-how, the know-to, whatever. And 80% of it is behavior. It's what we choose to do. It's the choices that we make every single day with our money. The same is true with our health. The same is exactly the same with our health. 20% is all this stuff I'm talking about. It's about multivitamins and salmon and high carb, low carb, or high fat, low fat. It's this stuff. It's exercise here and sleep this much and drink this much water. I mean, it's there, at the end of the day, there's just a certain core amount of this that really matters. Okay, I try to keep everything so simple so there will takeaway points that you can always take home and in that moment, go into your kitchen, get out of your car, go into somewhere, eat differently. Right, where it can make an impact in your health and your life. I do my best to get you in that place where it's new and it's easy. Well, the same is true with our health. It's the choices. If I can use this platform right here to give you the choices to be able to make better ones, to just grab you in that moment so that you choose broccoli instead of French fries, maybe for just this first time. If I can get you going in that direction, remember, our health is determined by our choices. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Our health is our greatest wealth, yes, but it's determined by our choices. And this is what I tell everybody. So remember this, is that your health operates in decades, okay? Your health operates in decades. So at the end of the day, where you are if you're 40, you are where you are from the choices that you were making at 30. It's not from what you were doing 6 weeks ago. It's not from what you were doing, 3 months ago. Let me tell you something. And if you're 50 and you want to know what your 60 is going to look like, look at your choices that you're making right now. And if you don't like your choices, start making new ones. And if you're challenged with how, hey, I don't want to give up my Fruit Loops, and I don't want to give up my donuts, and I don't want to give up my sodas, and I don't want to give up sitting on the couch all the time, great. Don't give it up. But your 60s are going to be a nightmare. And guess what? If you don't change it, your 70s are going to be even more of a nightmare. I don't want that for you. I'm telling you, you are in charge of your own life. Our health is our greatest wealth. But listen, if you can lifestyle your way into getting sick, you can lifestyle your way out, and you can get well. You don't have to be stuck. If you've been diagnosed with something, look, your diagnosis that you have today does not have to be your continual prognosis. You do not have to have something forever. Just because your doctor has diagnosed you with diabetes doesn't mean it's diabetes forever. That's why I don't like the word disease, dis-ease. I don't like it. The reason I don't like it is because it puts you in a place where you feel like you've got a label that you have to wear, this sign that you put around your head that you just feel like you're stuck with it. My diabetes, and people say it too. I correct them all the time. They say like, my diabetes, my high blood pressure, my heart disease, my depression. And they just sit there and they just they my themselves to death. It's like mine. No, it's like your car, your house, your dog. Those are your things. Your family, okay. But not a health issue, not a health challenge. Don't own that. Just because the doctor has diagnosed you doesn't mean you own it. And it definitely doesn't mean you're going to have it the rest of your life. So the way we think, the way we talk, the way we look at this really matters. Go to asarx.com. If you haven't checked out our website, go there. You can get my book for free. I'll absolutely send it to you for free. It's my hardback, best-selling book, international bestseller. Sending it out for free right now as a free gift. Go to myfreehealthbook.com or go to asarx.com, either one. Just go look at my website. You'll see it. It's my free gift to you. Look, I'm trying to help as many people as I can live a healthy lifestyle. 7 billion people on this planet. I want to go after 7 billion people. I want them to hear this message because it is that important. It's life or death. And it comes down to quality, too. It comes down to your family members. I mean, don't you want to be healthier for your family? Don't you want to be around? I mean, if you're a grandfather, don't you want to be around? Do you want to be the guy that's in the recliner and can't get up and move around and play with his kids? Is that you? Do you really want to be that person? I don't. I mean, I want to defy the aging process. I want to be doing things in my 70s. You know who my hero is? I got 2 heroes. 3, 4, let's say 4. Okay, because we got to count. We got to give it to Jesus. He's a hero, mine. Billy Graham, my dad. And there's a guy, Billy Graham, I just respect so much. But man, Jack LaLanne. Let's talk about Jack LaLanne. If you don't know who he is, your younger generation, you definitely don't know who he is. You need to Google Jack LaLanne. This guy pioneered a lot of the fitness that you see today. way before Arnold Schwarzenegger started this whole thing. Jack LaLanne and Arnold kind of came up in the same genre, but he was more of a fitness guy. Drink your juice, eat healthy. But in his 70s, this guy got in the canal in New York, and he pulled like 8 tugboats with a chain in his mouth, and he swam, pulling the tugboats. One man who's only like 5'7", 150, swam across the canal and pulled the boats at like 70-something. Unbelievable. Had his own TV show, motivated people. He's from Los Angeles. Incredible. But he figured out what longevity and strength and vitality was really all about. And you know what Jack would tell us? He would tell us this today. He would say, look, health is about your choices that you make every single day, number one. But number two is, it's about your attitude. It's the way you think. Your mind is everything. Your mind it sets the stage for everything that we do. So the choices that we make, yes, they matter. But your thought process before you make that choice, that is what matters. I'm telling you, health is not, like, people get so hung up. They get so hung up on if it's organic or if it's not. And I mean, they get in massive debates. Keto versus vegan. I'm going to get into that in just a minute. Okay, I'm going to get into the whole keto vegan diet. You know, my way's better than your way, and it's not pasture raised, and it's not. Look, I'm going to hit on that in just a minute, because that for me is a hot button, and it's what's holding people back from reaching their goals.
Are you ready to chow? It's time for Keto Chow. When it comes to eating healthy, the keto diet has become one of the nutrition leaders in optimizing health, losing unwanted weight, and reaching your health and wellness goals. No extravagant cooking, no long kitchen cleanup, and most importantly, especially for me, it's convenient. Just put quality keto chow powder in a bottle, add some heavy whipping cream or your favorite fat, a little water, and boom, shake it up and you're ready to chow. Keto chow tastes amazing. So make keto chow easy for you and your family today with Keto Chow. Let's go chow. Visit Keto Chow online at ketochow.xyz. That's ketochow.xyz.
To find out more, visit the show online, InShapeNetwork.com.
So glad you're with us on this show. Listen, this show is about you. It's not about me. It's not about the producers. It's not about Lyle Man in here. It's not. It's about you. It's about your health, your life. And listen, if your body can get sick, it can also get well. Your lifestyle, our lifestyle, is our medicine. It doesn't matter what anybody says. Thank you, Jesus. If food is your medicine, yes, it is. But so is exercise. Exercise is medicine. The way you think, the way you do things is medicine. Like your lifestyle, the things you do every single day, the way you treat other people, the way you can forgive others when you feel like you've been wronged, that will determine what kind of health you're going to have. You show me somebody bitter and angry, and I'll show you somebody that's going to cut off about 10 years in their lifespan. You go into the blue zones, they've done these studies called blue zones where there's pockets of these people that have lived to be over 100, like all of them do, and they're free of disease. It's pretty amazing. One of them is out in California, Loma Linda, and there's other areas in the world that they have found these pockets. But one thing, they've got all these traits that are in common, but one thing that we definitely have, they have in common is that in this situation, in their lifestyle, they are extremely forgiving. They're all about community. They love others regardless. I mean, what if we had that? I don't know about you, but I want to live a long time. I want to be here for my kids, my daughter, my grandkids coming. I want to be around for all of that. And I don't want to be like barely around. I want to be around. I want to be like Jack LaLanne. I want to be pulling tugboats at 70. And I'm telling you, I'm heading in the right direction. I think we can pull it off. So if I can do that for me, I want to do that for you. I'm going to carry you along with me in this journey, in this ride. We're on a mission to reach 7 billion people. 7 billion. That's how many people are on this planet. We want to make a dent, an impact, and see people live the kind of life that they want to live. Not just barely make it. Not just this kind of getting by sort of lifestyle. We don't want that. We want to keep you in a place where you're thriving, where you're making the right kind of choices every single day. Now, people get hung up on this whole organic thing. It's important, okay? Look, I'm telling you, it is important. Quality matters. But if you're starting out like you're eating TV dinners and fast food, I just want to get you to the grilled chicken. If you can just work with me there, if you can go from the sodas to some water, let's start there, okay? Because the choice is, look, these little baby steps. If I can just get you to that point, just getting that little bit. And for those of you that are advanced and you're like, well, I eat pasture raised and, only from the cows that roam in my backyard, that's great. That's great. Not everybody's there. But I will tell you that is the best. I will tell you that is a great thing to reach for. And if you got chickens running around your backyard, send me some eggs because I love them. They're my favorite. Big difference between the orange yolk and the yellow yolk, right? You know what I'm talking about. So let's jump in for a minute because I want to talk about this whole structured eating thing because it's really important. So people get in these worlds like vegan and vegetarian. They get into the keto world, and then they get into this whole thing. I was talking to our great friends at Keto Chow. They're just one of the best companies in the keto world that I've found because their heart and their mission is right. They want to make keto convenient for people. They want to help people just get on track with a lifestyle if they're lowering their carbohydrate intake and they're wanting to really get into that keto zone where the ketones are helping you to maximize your body's potential in that way, in that method, which I think is fantastic. So we were talking the other day, and it just matters. It doesn't matter about just the minutia of like, well, if it's the quality is not just perfect on the food. No, look, you got to look at what we're struggling with right now in this country. When I started doing this show, we got the largest syndicated radio show, talk radio show in the country, and pushing that on our television show. But listen, when I started this, we were at about, I want to say, we were at about 40% of people were obese, or overweight. Now we're almost at 70% people in this country are overweight. It's too much. It's too much. Like, it has to stop. Like, the people that are overweight, it's amazing what it's doing to our country, to our people. Our kids are seeing that. They're growing up. They're gaining the weight. It's going to impact. Look, most people are not dealing with diabetes because it's some genetic thing. Like, type 1 is the only one that's genetic. Type 2 is not. I don't care what they tell you. It's not. Family history. Look, it's not a family history when you've got diabetes. I mean, my doc friends are looking at me right now going, what? Yeah, so listen, it's not family history so much. If you look at things like high blood pressure and diabetes, just hear me out, okay? Family history and genetics come down to only a few, really handful of things. When you look at type 2 diabetes, it's not family history. It's family history. Well, I tell you this, it's family history, all right. It's family history of the casseroles and the dinners passed and the recipes passed down, and all the kids ate because mom cooked it a certain way. Dad just ate it because he doesn't want to cook anything, right? So everybody in the family is eating the same way, and then, we all have diabetes. Well, really? So it must be genetic. No, it must be what was in the oven and on the stovetop for the last 20 years. And then guess what? You learn those same patterns, and then you teach it to your kids. And guess what? Then they start getting, later on in life, they give it to their kids. So it really is more of that when you look at chronic conditions. It's not so much because you can stop it. I can take someone. We've done it. We've done it with 2 reality shows now where we've taken 5 people on a journey and we've radically changed their eating patterns and their lifestyle patterns and get them into a place where they can completely come off all their medications. They lose the weight. The diabetes goes away. They don't struggle with it anymore. So it's one of those things where we have to look at habits. It's what it comes down to, your mindset and your habits. But don't get hung up on the quality so much if you're just starting out in this journey. I want you to focus in on making good choices. That's first and foremost. And of course, I'm big on the anti-inflammatory diet. That's what I push. But see, the anti-inflammatory diet has got equal amounts of the macronutrients like lean quality proteins, low glycemic carbohydrates in the form of fruits and vegetables, and good healthy fats, almonds, walnuts, cashews, avocados, all of those. They make a huge difference if you eat things in the right way. And that's what it comes down to. You don't have to be stuck. I mean, health is our greatest wealth, yes, but it's your choices that matter more than anything. Look, I'm here to help. I want to see you be there for your kids and your grandkids. I want to see you that have been struggling with getting pregnant as a young couple to finally get your bodies in the right biochemistry where you can get pregnant. Like, it's not always just genetics and it's not working. Like, I've seen so many people be successful in that. So I want to see you make it in every aspect of your life, in every way. And I believe you can do that. Let's go to the phones. I know there's so many of you there. Let's go to Kate. Hi, Kate. Welcome to the show.
Yes, I was calling. I'm trying to find out whether green peas, he said green peas is good for your health. Is field peas the same, or you have to be just regular green peas? I don't really like green peas, so what other kind of peas would serve the same purpose? And like I said, I like field peas and snaps. I like those.
Okay.
So that's what I need to know. What other kind of peas besides green peas? Because green peas is kind of sweet, and I don't like those.
All right, so look, first of all, green peas are great for you, okay? All peas have amazing benefits. I'm a big pea guy. I really like them. Field peas, green peas, black-eyed peas, that's like one of my favorites from growing up. Chickpeas are really good too. So the biggest thing is don't get hung up. If you don't like one thing, switch to another. If you don't like one area of things, just switch to something different. It's not a big deal. Green peas are really good though, because if you have anything brain chemistry related going, depression, anxiety, bipolar, anything like that, green peas have some components in it that impact the brain in a great way. So green peas are a good option for you to use if if you can get over kind of the sweet thing. I mean, throw some pink Himalayan sea salt over it, and it kind of shuts down some of the sweetness to it. Of course, that's something that is one of those things my mom made all the time. I didn't like them growing up. Like, I did not like them at all. Like, I feel like we had green peas all the time. I'm serious. That and squash. And now today I love both of them, right? Probably makes me think about my mom, but I love them. But green peas are great for you. Any kind of peas are great. Beans are really good too. I will tell you this, that I had one of the top longevity experts that I interviewed one time, and I asked him, I said, if you could pare all this down in your research and your studies, if you could pare it all down, what would you say is like the bare bones of what you need? And here's what he said, 3 things. Okay. He said every single day, and I do this every single day now. Since I talked to him, I do this every day, no matter what. And any of our plans that my providers and my health coaches put for any of you guys that are in the Asa Army, in our community, anybody that's with us, they eat these 3 things every single day. Okay, you ready? You ready? You got your pen? You got your phone ready? You going to type it? Are you ready? All right, here's 3 things. Beans of any kind. Yes, beans of any kind. Any kind. Black beans, navy beans. Like, if it has the word bean, except soybeans. Not a big fan of those. Beans, greens, and berries. Those 3 things should be in your refrigerator, on your plate, somewhere in your body every single day. Beans, greens, and berries. Those 3 things have got the most power-packed nutrients in them to bring about longevity than just about anything else. So if you can, obviously you want to have a variety, but if you can get those 3 categories in on a regular basis, then that can make a huge difference overall. So I would tell you that those 3 make a big, big difference. Beans, greens, and berries for longevity. Now, of course, anti-inflammatory diet, great way of thinking, getting your blood chemistry done, knowing exactly what's going on inside your body. Look, if you don't have an ASA Plus membership, you need to go to our website, go to asarx.com and get an ASA Plus. It gives you full Healthy University access, all 500 videos, me coaching you, teaching you all the deep dive details, just like if you were in my office talking with myself or one of our providers. We go deep. We go real deep into your personal situation and figure out, and it's me coaching you on a regular basis. I always say, if you'll give me 2 minutes a day on this thing inside of ASA Plus, the membership, 2 minutes a day will change your life forever. 2 minutes a day, you'll look back 6 months from now and you'll see a completely different body, totally rejuvenated in a powerful, powerful way. That's what this show is all about. Go to asarx.com to check all that out.
Did you know that you can listen to the Asa Rx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Connect with On-Call Radio and watch On-Call TV at InShape Network.
So glad you're with us. Go to asarx.com, asarx.com. And guess what? I'm giving you a free book. Look, I want to help as many people as I can. We've got a goal to reach 7 billion people on this planet. Like, I'm on a serious mission. I want people to live their best life, to be the best version of you. I'm telling you, you have not even scratched the surface of what your potential is. Have you? I mean, raise your hand wherever you are right now if you think I've reached my potential. I haven't. I wake up every single day wanting to push and reach and get everything I can, squeeze every bit I can out of myself to be the best version of me every single day. And I want to do that for you and see you do that. If you're part of the Asa Army, that's what this thing's all about. It's about fighting every single day for your family, for your friends, for those that you love. And more importantly, it's for doing it for you. Because if you don't fight for you, I'm here to tell you, nobody else will. And if you haven't got through life enough yet and taken enough hard knocks, enough licks, and enough beatings that you realize that nobody's going to fight for you but you, and then if you've got a family, you've got those looking to you that need you to fight for them. And guys, if there's anybody that I'm talking to right now, it's you men. Because if you can hang out with a big belly because of the stress and all the stress eating, if you think you can do that for long term and you think you're going to be around after your 50s and 60s, you are sorely mistaken, because your choices will take you out early. So it's time to get right. It's time to get right, because if not, you've got too many people depending on you, but hopefully you've got you depending on you, and that should matter enough. But this show, we want to help you do that. We're going to give you the tools, the ability, the way to live a healthier lifestyle. That's what this whole thing is all about. Okay, you can always give me a call, 888-283-7272. If you want to give us a call and be a part of the show, you can always do that. Send me an email online, asarx.com. And if you want to get a free copy of the book, go to myfreehealthbook.com. That's myfreehealthbook.com. And I'll send you a copy of my book, hardcover, my best-selling book. It gives you every bit of tools and ways to become better and healthier in that as well. It's my free gift to you, just to be able to help you, to see you thrive, to know that you can make it, to become better, and just to live life in the way you were designed. We want to see you thrive. I don't want to see you just barely make it. I want to see you be that best version of you. Look, no one can take responsibility. Your friends, your family members, your coworkers, your loved ones, your mom, your dad, no one's going to take responsibility for your health but you. You have to step up. And in the Asa Army, that's what we teach. Look, we're going to march with you. We're going to walk with you. We're going to lock arms with you. I'll pull the gun out if I have to. I know that's probably just raised all kinds of flags. You know what I'm talking about. It's obviously a metaphor. I will fight with you. And that all of us will. Matter of fact, all of us, we will. So we can take you by the hand and help you get better health with whatever that is. If you're struggling with eating, struggling with how you exercise or not exercising, it's just too hard. Struggling with sleeping, struggling with relationships, whatever it is, we're going to help you. We're going to walk with you. We're going to help you. We're going to take you by the hand. That's what this whole thing's about. Asa Army, it's a community. It's a group. And we live and die by a creed that we're going to do everything we can every single day to take care of ourselves, to take care of those that we love, and become the best version of ourselves. All right, 888-283-7272. Let's talk about some anti-inflammatory benefits of foods. Now, I'm a big fan of an anti-inflammatory diet. Always have been. It's what I teach in my book. I believe inflammation is one of the biggest root causes of disease today. I like to call them health challenges. I don't like the term disease, but I think it's one of the biggest causes of health challenges that we face today. So if we can cut down inflammation in our bodies, then there's so much that we can do with our health. Cutting down inflammation is kind of like the starting point. It's the beginning point to become that great, great version of yourself. And it starts with what you put inside your body every single day. One of the best anti-inflammatory foods, it's a spice, and it's called turmeric, however you want to say it. But putting that spice on your food or putting it in your shakes on a regular basis, day in and day out, can make a massive difference. I mean, we've seen studies on this left and right, and more studies are coming out every single day. So turmeric is really good. Also, fish oil. If you haven't jumped in and started using fish oil, go to my website, go to Asa Rx, go to the store, and we have an EFA complex. You can get that there. And it makes a big difference. Look, cutting down inflammation in your body is absolutely key. Now, here's the big one, okay? Now, we're talking about this a lot right now, especially with everything going on in our world with the virus and everything happening. It's our immune system. Our immune system has to be strong. So if you cut down inflammation, you also help the immune system rise up and be super, super strong. Everybody's talking about the benefits of vitamin D3, and D3 is great. It's got all kinds of immune boosting benefits. But we have there's an absorbing cofactor that no one's talking about right now, but there's an absorbing cofactor that you have to have for vitamin D3 to absorb in the body. And I'll tell you what, if you go to my website, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to give it away for free. Just go to my website. If you want to get a bottle of it, you cover the shipping and handling, and you go to there, and I'll send you this cofactor absolutely no charge. Go there. Call my office if you need to, 888-283-7272. Call them, and my staff will get it to you. But if you go to the website, you should see a big link there. Just click that link, and you can easily find this cofactor, this vitamin D3 cofactor that you have to have for your body to absorb and even utilize safely the vitamin D3. And they're not putting it in conventional vitamin D3. So like this D3 thing is a big, big deal. And I believe, my opinion, okay, I take it every day. My family takes it every day. And I think that it's a huge deal. We need to be taking it. But you've got to take the cofactor with it. If you don't take the vitamin D cofactor, then it's not going to help absorb. And you have to have that. So it's this cofactor that makes a massive, massive difference in our overall health and our overall life. So go there. I'll send it to you for free. Go to asarx.com and I will send it to you for free. But anti-inflammatory foods, super important. I talk about longevity foods, beans, greens, and berries, yes. But the anti-inflammatory foods are super, super important. If you get my list in my book, which I'm giving away for free too, just go to the website. Look, I'm sending you all this stuff for free just to give you, help you. Look, go support the show and just cover the shipping and handling. I mean, you're not paying for anything, just so we can get it to you. I'll give you my book, and I'll give you the vitamin D3 cofactor, both of those. Just go get it. I want to help you. Can you tell? Like, that's what we want to do here on the show, and what we want to do as a team is be able to make your life better, to help you, to see you thrive, and go to the next level with your health and with your life. That's what it's all about. The show is about you. It's about your health, your life. And look, we want to see you become the best version of you. More than anything, no matter what anybody tells you, I want you to know one thing. My name is Asa, and I want you to believe in you. The thing is, you've got to rise up and just believe.
You could listen to the Asa Rx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora. For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
This episode is over, but check episode notes for links to products and services you've heard about on this episode. Thanks for listening and subscribing. Please share the Asa Rx audio experience with others and stay in touch by giving us your comment or review.
Hi, this is Asa, and welcome to my audio experience. What are you struggling with? Let's talk about it. What about your friends, your family members, your coworkers, your loved ones? Are they dealing with something with their health? Want to talk about it? Want options? Need information? Let's talk about it. You know, fewer Americans right now, smoking is a big topic, and it always has been. And I think that you would think that we're coming to a place where we all were like, all right, I know smoking's bad for us. Like, it's not one of those things that, well, maybe it's not, maybe it is. It has to be. You have to, at some point, you have to think, okay, smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, inhaling the smoke, after all we've heard about secondhand smoke, the carcinogenic effect that it has on the body, you've got to think at some point, okay, I know smoking is bad for me. Well, check it out. They're saying right now that most Americans think smoking is less risky. That's what I said. So there was a bigger view of people in 2008 and 2009 that think smoking is not as bad for you as in 2007 and 2008. So the percentage of people who perceived a serious smoking risk dropped from 73% down to 71% among all survey participants. And the teens showed even a greater drop in perceived smoking risk during the span, from 69% down to 67%. And the survey said that in this, that no state posted an increase in the perceived risk of smoking, and agency neutrally said that it was all decreased. So, of course, illicit drug use has increased, potentially in a lot of the states. And however, cocaine use has gone down. But again, the issue is people think smoking's okay. Like, it's not that bad for you. It's not that bad. I smoke a pack a day. No big deal. But I've got a news flash for you. Smoking is probably not the best thing you can do for your health. Like, you want to empower your health, throw away the cigarettes. I mean, not only is it bad for you, but it's bad for everybody else around you. Secondhand and thirdhand smoke. So if you're a mom, I don't do anything for my child. I would do anything for my baby. Why are you smoking? Well, I don't smoke around the baby. Okay, well, there's what's called thirdhand smoke, Einstein, which is where the smoke gets in your hair and your clothes, and then when you're holding your baby all day, the baby inhales it from that area, and it's twice as carcinogenic as if they were smoking themselves. It's stupid. Smoking is stupid, in my opinion. It really is. It is the one habit that you could kick and increase your health, your overall chances of not getting sick, not getting a disease. You can increase that chance of not getting sick by 80% just by quitting smoking. So if you're worried about heart disease, cancer, diabetes, arthritis, you're worried about everything that your mom or dad had, and you want to increase your chance of not getting it and your body breaking down, cut out smoking, it'll increase your chances of overall health by 80%. Unbelievable. People still do it. I don't know why. I don't get it. That's the one of those things I just don't get. 888-283-7272. We're here for you. Give me a call. Let's go to Patricia now. Hi, Patricia.
I'm pregnant. Okay, I'll start with that. I have a little girl on the way.
Oh, that's great.
We're very excited about it. But what it is I'm considered high-risk pregnancy. I've got abdominal issues with my ovaries, my kidneys, my bladder, and my gallbladder. And the pains have been, the last couple of weeks have just been so bad that I can't even get comfortable. And I've had 2 hospital visits recently that they keep finding glucose in my urine for one. I came home with the paperwork saying that I had a urinary tract infection, so I was doing the cranberry juice thing with, the water, but it was making my acid reflux disease and my heartburn just get really bad, so I couldn't handle the cranberry stuff. But the biggest thing is that I can't even sleep comfortably anymore, and I don't get very much sleep at all because I'm pretty much hurting 24 hours a day. And I just really want it to quit. Kidney stones, gallstones, all this stuff since I've been pregnant, and it's just been a mess.
I'm sorry you're going through that. I know it's tough. With all of that and all of that said, there's a lot that you can do. And one of the biggest issues and really challenges for you is going to be radically changing a lot of your lifestyle choices. And when it comes down to it, you focusing on cutting out inflammatory-based foods is going to be the first one because you've got a lot of issues going on, but nothing's going to change until your choices change. And that is the reality of it. So we can sit here and break down each one of those one by one, but I think that one of the wisest things that you could do, for gallstones and for a gallbladder that's not functioning that well, helping the body cleanse that out. There's a liver gallbladder flush that's in my book that works very, very well. There's certain supplements that can help, glycine and taurine. There's protocols for that can be helpful. Kidney stones, stay away from calcium oxalate. That's what forms the stones. How do you do that? Well, there's oxalic acid in most of the dark leafy green vegetables, and your body probably does not process them that well. You probably have low vitamin D levels. The list goes on and on. We could go on and on about it. But the reality is, at the end of the day, one of the best things you can do is change the way you eat. Change the way you eat, change the way you live. You really will. It'll change your overall health. So that's what I want to encourage you to do, is to make some new changes, to know that, in the middle of having a baby, getting ready to have a baby, and going through all the joy and the pain of all of it, of the process of pregnancy, having a child, nursing a child, doing all of that, if that's what you choose to do, is an exciting time. But you have to make best choices for you. And of course, whatever you do is going to impact the baby at some level. So getting your nutrition right, remember, health comes from the inside out. And if we begin that phase of thinking and ingrain that in us, then we're on our way to better health. We're on our way to extraordinary health, to live the life that we deserve. Are you ready to chow? It's time for Keto Chow. When it comes to eating healthy, the keto diet has become one of the nutrition leaders in optimizing health, losing unwanted weight, and reaching your health and wellness goals. No extravagant cooking, no long kitchen cleanup, and most importantly, especially for me, It's convenient. Just put quality Keto Chow powder in a bottle, add some heavy whipping cream or your favorite fat, a little water, and boom, shake it up and you're ready to chow. Keto Chow tastes amazing. So make Keto Chow easy for you and your family today with Keto Chow. Let's go chow. Visit Keto Chow online at ketochow.xyz. That's ketochow.xyz.
Great or small, we want to help. Take it from where you are in your current state of health to where? To where you need to be. Why? Because you deserve the kind of health that you deserve, to make the right kind of choices, to be able to live well, to be able to have the kind of energy that you're looking for, to be able to play with your kids at night more than 5 minutes because you're too tired, because you've been working all day and just don't have the energy levels. Your get up and go, got up and went, as my grandmother used to say. So how do we change that? How do we get it back? Well, we make changes in our life. 7 daily prescriptions that we talk about. We need to do them. We need to apply them in our life. Number 1, you want to follow the anti-inflammatory diet that is in my book, Empowering Your Health. List all the food choices from A to B. It also tells you how to do your health from A to Z. It takes you, it explains everything down to the bare basics about how to have a healthy lifestyle and how to even do this whole health thing. It explains that to you. That's why I wrote it. I designed it to make it easy for everyone to understand what it really means to get your health back and what to do about it. So that's daily prescription number 1. Number 2 is to make sure you get your blood work done, extensive blood work done every 6 months by your primary care physician. And they want to check everything, everything from a CBC to a CMP. They want to check your liver and your cholesterol, your vitamin D, your B12, your iron levels, and your hormones especially. And that's not just for you ladies. Guys, get your testosterone level checked on a regular basis, especially after age 35. Things start changing. I've seen more guys come in with low testosterone levels. It decreases their function all the way around, and you just begin to lose things. You lose memory. All kinds of issues can happen. Blood work is so important. Life is in the blood. So get that checked every 6 months. Number 3, daily prescription number 3, foundational 4 supplements. You want a good whole food multivitamin, digestive enzymes to break down your food, cod liver oil for your omega-3 fats, and don't forget probiotics. Probiotics put the good bacteria back in the digestive tract. That's your foundational 4. Then you go number 4, daily prescription number 4, water. You have to drink it. Drink half your body weight in ounces of pure non-chlorinated water daily. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you drink 100 ounces of water every single day. Your body's made of about 70 to 75% water, so we have to stay hydrated with the right kind of water. That is also very important. Number 5, daily prescription number 5, exercise. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, doing something you enjoy. Number 6 is rest. You want to take 1 day every single week and rest. Just completely chill out and relax. Why? Because your body needs it. You can't go like the Energizer Bunny commercial and go all day long. Your body has to rest. We were designed to rest. And not only that, the sleep you get at each day, you need to get in bed at least an hour before midnight. Every minute of sleep you get before is worth 4 minutes after midnight. Incredible and powerful, and your body needs it. Number 7, no matter what, and I get people that call me here on the show all the time that I talk to, how long has it been since you've been to a doctor? Oh, it's been years. Don't let that happen. Have a primary care physician, family medicine, general practitioner, so that you can prevent things from coming down the pipeline. That is a better way to go. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. I'm your health and lifestyle coach. Let's go to Jamie. Hi, Jamie.
Yes. I'm calling because I've been struggling with something that's, I think, it's a physical addiction, but it's more, I think, mental. I need your advice on it. I'm a pretty healthy person. I work out 5 days a week. I eat very strictly, and I have self-control with that. But I was introduced to cigarettes at a young age, and I've been smoking ever since. And I have tried numerous ways to stop, like with patch or gum. I'm just curious what your advice is.
And you can't get past it.
I haven't been able to yet, no.
What is it in your life?
I don't smoke a lot. I mean, I don't smoke all day long. I smoke like 2 at night, but I think that me that I still need to have those cigarettes.
Does it make you go to sleep at night?
Does it make me go to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
No, I wouldn't say one way or the other. I sleep well.
You sleep well regardless?
Yeah.
All right. So why do you take it at night? Why do you not do it during the day?
Well, because I work at a gym. I teach fitness. I teach health. I understand all the reasons
Well, that's
why
exciting.
I smoke.
Why don't that's great. Why don't you do that, and then I'll just go eat a bunch of junk food tonight, and then we'll just have a little party. I'm kidding.
I understand.
So the reality is, you understand. I know you get it. Well, but the reality is, it's more of a mental addiction. What I'm trying to figure out is where the mental addiction's coming from. Are you trying to control something in your life that you feel like you can't control?
No, I really enjoy it on my way home from work. I just have a cup, and then that's.
Well, then it is more mental, because here's the reality. If you're only doing a couple and you do it at night, it's just become a habit. And habits you can change easily. So it's just one of those things that you have to kind of dig in and begin working on that. Now, here's the deal. With nicotine, it's kind of a funny thing. It's one of the most addictive substances that we have, but at the end of the day, there's also a natural way to correct it. And one of the best ways to correct it actually is using nicotinic acid. Nicotinic acid is one little molecule away from the actual nicotine, and it's vitamin B3. So it's a version of something that's completely natural. Nicotinic acid works very well in replacing that nicotine craving. So you could start taking it, do about 1,000 milligrams 3 times a day, and it might not even be something that, having used something like nicotinic acid, it might just be something as simple as replacing behavior. So when you go home from work, if you're used to smoking cigarettes, maybe I know you said you've already tried the gum and all that, but you have to find something else that you enjoy. And it can be something as simple as listening to music, anything that can replace the behavior of smoking those cigarettes. But I would start using the nicotinic acid, because it will cut the physiological craving of the nicotine. It is identical. It's in the same molecular structure category as nicotine. That's why it sounds the same. It's in the same category. And we've used that for a long period of time clinically to help people overcome smoking. Then you can use L-taurine. Taurine is an amino acid. And they found, here's the great thing, I know you're just wanting to quit, but the reality is you've created a lot of damage within your lungs. And they found that using L-taurine over a long period of time, it takes about 8 years for your lungs to regenerate completely after the last day that you quit smoking. And if you use L-taurine, it can cut that down by an additional year. So you can use that amino acid. It helps repair the lung tissue, and where there was scarring and when there was damage into the lungs, you can actually have that reversed and even help it to renew and regenerate simply by using the L-taurine. So those are a couple things to do. But really, when it comes to the evening, I mean, if you want me to tell you what to do, it's just stop. And it's not real hard. It's funny because when I talk to people clinically that have smoked for years, it usually takes something to actually scare them before they will quit smoking. Meaning they'll get a diagnosis of cancer or they have a heart attack. And then all of a sudden they just never smoke again. So you won't quit smoking those last two unless you want it bad enough. And there's no mind trick that I can give you to eliminate it. It's going to have to come from the want to. If you teach fitness all day long and you're teaching people how to be healthy all day long, and then you're smoking the cigarettes, it's not helping anybody. You have to want to get well. It's very true. You have to want it. So at the end of the day, you just have to ask yourself, what do I want? What kind of example do I want to be? And what kind of choice am I going to make tonight when I drive home? Because there's nothing that really going to cause you to change. You could take everything in the world. You could chew the gum, take the patch, and do all that. But until you're ready to change, nothing's going to change. So get started on that. Nicotinic acid. Let me know when you quit smoking, because I want to hear about it in about a week. Okay? 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. I'm your health and lifestyle coach. Let's go to Skip. Hi, Skip. Welcome to the show, man.
I was diagnosed with MAC disease.
Okay.
It's Mycobacterium
intracellular
avium, something like that. But anyway, basically...
Mycobacterium avium complex is what they call it.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess it's just a bacteria that you get. They're not really sure how you get it environmentally.
Basically, yeah. Right.
But they want you to take these powerful antibiotics for 12 to 18 months. And I took them, but I wasn't able to take any of them. There's like 3 different kinds you have to take, and you have to take 2 or 3 at a time.
And your body couldn't handle it? Is that what happened? I tell you what, Skip, hang tight. We're going to a commercial break, and we're going to talk about MAC disease and talk about what we need to do. And you said you were taking the therapy. They wanted you to take the antibiotic therapy for 18 months. But the reality is there's a lot you can do with Mycobacterium avium complex disease. It's a lung condition, as you know, and there's several ways to contract it. So let's talk about that and what to do about it when we come out of this commercial break. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Whether you're absolutely thriving or challenged in a hospital bed, remember, there's always hope to get your health back.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
Connect with On Call Radio and watch On Call TV at InShapeNetwork.com.
Lines are open this hour, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. I'm your health and lifestyle coach. You're listening to the show that's diagnosing hope, one caller at a time. Going to the break, talking with Skip. Skip's been diagnosed with and dealing with MAC disease. MAC disease is a lung disease, and it's caused by mycobacterium. They call it Mycobacterium avium complex. That's MAC. Lung disease. And so they put you on a series of antibiotics, Skip, and they're wanting you to do that for 18 months, correct?
Yeah, 12 to 18.
Yeah, right. It's standard treatment.
Yeah, it was really powerful antibiotics.
Big time.
Yeah, I got chills and just about every symptom you can imagine. Kind of like the flu on just about everything I took.
Oh yeah, definitely. It can do that, and everybody reacts differently. So you were just in a place where you couldn't. So you couldn't take them, and you weren't able to finish, right? Or did you finish?
No, I did not finish. I was not able to take them more than really about 10 days was the most I could take any one of the treatments they gave me.
Okay.
There was 3 different. I tried it 3 different times. I took it was mycobutin and ethambutol and something else. I think Rifatin or Rifabidin and I took it along with Zithromax at the same time.
Oh yeah, Z-Pack. Yeah, they're all strong antibiotics. Really, really tough on the system. How are you doing now?
Well, I mean, I have pains in my chest more if I move a certain way, but basically, you just cough up a lot of mucus.
Yeah, nonstop.
Yeah, and there's one of the symptoms is fatigue. You don't feel good, and I can. It's more of a sensation in my lungs than anything. But
what are they telling you now? Since you couldn't take the antibiotics, what did your physicians tell you?
Well, to be honest with you, I was kind of fed up with my physician and didn't even tell him I was done with the last bit of antibiotics. So
you just kind of threw your hands up and said, kind of forget everybody. I'm just going to try to do this on my own.
Yeah, Well, there wasn't. This didn't seem to be, that concerned with me. I was just fed up. Yeah.
I get that, and just so you know, there comes a point too with some physicians, and there's what's called standard of treatment or standard of care.
Right.
And and literally some physicians can be just like robots. And it's there. Here's the book. Here's what the physician's desk reference says. Here's what the treatment is, and it is what it is. And when you ask 10 different questions to think outside the box, you just get deer in the headlights.
Exactly. Well, I mean, here I was taking 3 different powerful antibiotics, and on the third try, you think you'd hear from them, like, how are you doing with that or anything, but I didn't hear from them. So I know I probably should have called and said, hey, I can't take this either.
You always want, no matter how frustrated you get, don't do the silent treatment. It's just not a good thing.
I guess I kind of felt like that was the last thing we could try as far as she was concerned. And so, I guess I just figured, well, the next step was pursuing some sort of natural treatment.
There's some things you can do, and I'll throw them at you, but I'll tell you this: you definitely need to work with your doctor, hands down. Even if you just say, hey, look, I'm going to take some time, see if I can work on some things on my own. I'll check back in with you in a couple of months. No big deal to do that. It's really not. It's fine to go that route. So, and that's what I would encourage you to do, just so they're, she or he, so they're in the loop a little bit. But because Max, it's a really challenging lung condition. You don't want to play around with it for sure. But we got to focus on building the immune system right now. And you want to do something to kill the organism. I mean, even if you could get away with one of the antibiotics through that process, through a short period of time, 18 months is a long time. It is. Let me throw some things at you, and you make the decision on what you want to do. Check with your doctor, and you guys come up with a protocol. And I'm telling you that clinically, when we've seen that, we've seen the antibiotics work well, but we've also seen some natural treatments work well. So end of the day, you want to strengthen the body, and you want to get it to where it can fight. You get the immune system to where it can fight, and you can stay strong. That's going to cut down on the fatigue, and it's going to cut down on a lot of the symptoms that you're having. I like ionic silver. I'm a big fan. It works very well, and it's easy for the body to absorb. It's one of the best antivirals and antibacterials that we have. You can combine that with astragalus. Astragalus works very well. It's strong for the immune system, and it's great as an antibacterial. Both of those work well together. And then simple things like vitamin C, high levels of vitamin C between 5 and 8,000 milligrams per day. You want to do a buffered pH, as they call it. Vitamin C is a lot easier on your system. But that's a good place to start right there. And then when you're eating every single day, even with a bacterial infection, because remember, it's pushing down on your immune system. It's stressing out your body, stressing out your immune system. You want to do things to build up your immune system, and eating the right kind of foods every single day, avoiding inflammation. And that's all explained in my book, Empowering Your Health. Pick that up at any bookstore. But I encourage you to get started on a couple of those things, and it will help. It'll start strengthening the body, building up your immune system, and that really is what the goal for you is right now. And I would still talk to your doctors. Now, here's another key. You can start using probiotics. Probiotics can strengthen the immune system in a major way and allow your body to break down a lot of the bacteria and rebuild the good bacteria. So that's something you want to look into as well. But get a copy of my book, Empowering Your Health. I think it's going to help you quite a bit.
Remember, there's always hope to get your health back. 888-283-7272.
Listen to the Asa Rx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora. For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
This episode is over, but check episode notes for links to products and services you've heard about on this episode. Thanks for listening and subscribing. Please share the Asa Rx audio experience with others and stay in touch by giving us your comment or review.
Hi, this is Asa, and welcome to my audio experience. It's a new prescription for a new you, America. Let's kick it off and go with Sandra. Hi, Sandra. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
Sure, darling.
About a month ago, my mom had a a lesion show up on her lower abdomen. It was slightly whitish in color, very, very itchy. After dealing with that for about a month, she went to the doctor. They did a biopsy, and the biopsy results came back a lichen simplex proneus or a lichen sclerosis type lesion.
Sure.
They gave her an ointment to use, which is a topical steroidal treatment. But anything with steroids, she's severely allergic to, and it caused severe burning, etc. So the doctor has now referred her to a dermatologist. So what we were wondering is there anything that could be naturally treated for this so she doesn't have to go to the medication route?
There is. I mean, the medication they would use wouldn't be too rigorous on her, but there are natural things she could try if she wanted to. Wormwood is really good, and black walnut. And black walnut can be taken typically on an everyday basis, but wormwood is something you got to kind of cycle on and off. I mean, what I mean by that is you would take it maybe 14 days on, 7 days off in a rotation like that. And most health food stores have that. But, those are two options that are available. They're really good antifungal. They're really good for kind of an anti-parasitic type natural supplement to take. So those are a couple of things you could consider and that she could think about. But again, probiotics are good too. There's a lot she's got to do to clear the gut out. The gut is going to be really important to keep the flora and all that kind of jazz and the digestive tract healthy while she's looking to clear that up. But yeah, that is something that she would want to, if she wanted to go natural, you would give it maybe 3 weeks or so. And if she doesn't see any improvement, again, wanting to go the natural route, then she's going to want to go to the medication.
Okay, well, when the biopsy results came back, it didn't show any fungus.
Oh, it didn't show anything?
It didn't show any fungus, but it came back a lichen lesion.
Right.
Like
still,
lesion.
right.
So
but
I'm a little bit confused with that.
Okay, well, the thing is, with lichen, you have to treat it in the same way. Now, when I say treat it, I don't mean like treat the disease. What I'm saying is, if you go to a health food store, then the folks that work there, they'll be able to talk to you all about the details of how they work in general. But I mean, those are some good options. And if it was me, that's the route I would go. I mean, that's what I've seen many, many times. But has she done anything yet, or is she just kind of holding tight and waiting?
Well, the itching is what's really bothering her regarding, this lesion that has shown up. But she has tried Silvadene cream, just that had treated a burn before, and it seems to have really helped, but there's still some itching left. And we didn't know, what causes this.
Well, the itching and all that is caused by what's going on in her digestive tract. That's bottom line. Has she changed her diet at all during this?
She really hasn't changed her diet, not at all.
Okay. Have her, one thing that can help when somebody's trying to clear this out of the body is to come off of all the wheat. So maybe if she decreased that out of her diet, that can be very helpful. Also, cow's milk dairy, which the casein protein in cow's milk, whether it's yogurt, cheese, or the live milk itself, can be a big player as far as increasing the skin and inflammation on the skin. So cutting out those food groups may be very helpful as well. And then you can look at the supplements and combine those together, and that might be helpful. But I would, as far as your physician goes and what they're telling her, if she wants to go that route and she doesn't get good results with the things we just talked about, then of course the medication is going to help quite a bit. The medication should help quite a bit, just to be as far as getting her kind of where she needs to be. And the itching, I mean, they may even do things like, or suggest something like cortisone, which again, that's just going to cut down inflammation and cut down on the itching and be more of a Band-Aid to help her. But those natural things can be very helpful for the long run. Sometimes it works though, sometimes it doesn't. Everyone's different when you're looking at those, Sandra. So I hope that helps. Keep me posted. You can always send me an email, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. The FDA is warning now there's a possible infant seizure risk from a flu vaccine. Now, news alert from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration suggests that some infants may be at risk of febrile seizures following administration of the Pasteur's Fluzone vaccine, which has been recommended for children aged 6 to 23 months. And both the FDA and Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta are investigating whether or not recent reported febrile seizures in young children following the flu vaccination are related to the vaccine itself or had some other cause. Now, a febrile seizure is a seizure related to a fever
or exceedingly high body temperature and can result from many common childhood illnesses, including flu, cold, ear infections, and sometimes following administration of vaccines. The seizures typically last only a moment or two and are not dangerous, but they can be alarming to parents and caregivers. The Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System had noted 42 cases of febrile seizure following the Fluzone vaccination. FDA has not seen an increase in the reports people older than 2 years of age. FDA spokeswoman Shelley Burgess told AOL Health, now approximately 1 in 25 young children will have at least one febrile seizure, usually between 6 months and 5 years of age. Burgess adds that the peak age for the seizures are between 18 and 24 months and re-emphasize that the seizures are not serious and generally only last a minute or two. She said there's not yet clear link between the Fluzone vaccine and the seizures, but that FDA and the CDC are still investigating. So a lot going on with seizures and a lot going on with kids today and the vaccines. It's a big controversy of whether or not to vaccinate your kids. And I always say, because people ask me this all the time, and they want to know my opinion. My opinion is that, first of all, it's between the parent and the child and the physician. And you just need to do your research and make your own decision. Now, are vaccines good or are they bad? Well, there's a case for both. And in some cases, the vaccines are very, very good. And obviously, that's why we have them, because they can be very protective to the body. But in the past, we've known there have been some chemicals in there like mercury and things that people have been concerned about. So you just have to do your own research. They're not meant to harm you, but you have to make a decision whether you want that for your child or not. So do the research, do the studying. Don't just take my thoughts or a physician's thought, like your pediatrician, just because they say you should do it. Do your own research so you can make your own educated decision, because it is your child and they can't think for themselves. You have to think for them in this. And so at the end of the day, know that you made a good decision for your child, for yourself, when it comes to this. Now, coming up out of this break, we're going to be talking about the food for the day, with one of my favorite things to talk about. Food really is our best medicine. We all look to supplements so many times to get some nutrients out of, but you're looking at things right in your refrigerator and your cupboard that could bring you the health that you're looking for. 888-283-7272. We'll be right back. Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
To find out more, connect with On Call Radio online at InShapeNetwork.com.
Lines are open, 888-283-7272. This is the best in healthy talk radio. You want to send me an email, I'd be glad to make it part of this show. But what are you doing right now to make your health really great? Have you made some new resolutions? That's not the deal. The deal is to set some goals for yourself, to make sure that you're getting into a place where you're ready to make those extra new steps, to drop 5 or 10 pounds, or to do things to make your mental clarity better, to eat a better diet, to exercise more, to get better rest, going to bed a little bit earlier each night so that your hormones and things can kick in and they can recover, and it can help your body function at a higher level. In my book, Empowering Your Health, I talk a lot about all these different kind of things, and it's a real good roadmap really for health from A to Z, how to go from where you are in your current state of health to where you need to be. And right now, we're going to kick it off and go with Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Welcome to the show, darling. How can I help?
Yes, I would just like some advice on how I could lose some weight.
How much weight do you want to lose, Sarah?
At least 50 pounds.
All right, 50 pounds. That's doable. So I take it that you come to a place where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you're ready to make a change. Is that right?
Right.
Okay.
My
Let's talk.
Job requires, I don't do the walking like I did when I worked in nursing. Okay. So I put some pounds on.
All right, that's okay. But know this. Know that to lose 50 pounds, there has to be a major lifestyle overhaul with you. And that's
Right.
really important. So as long as you know that up front, then you should be good to go. And that's where we're going to start. Okay. So first things first, and we're going to go through the daily prescriptions that I always talk about. So prescription number one is always to make sure that you decide that you want to get well and you want to follow the anti-inflammatory diet. That's the one in my book, Empowering Your Health, because that's going to cut down on inflammation. It's going to lay the foundation for what you do to get your body to drop the weight, to lower inflammation, and to put the right kind of nutrients in the body. Those lean quality proteins like chicken, fish, beef, or eggs, low glycemic carbohydrates in the form of fruits and vegetables, and the good healthy fats, omega-3s, 6s, and 9s like almonds, walnuts, cashews, avocados, all that kind of stuff. It's very good. So that's step one. Now, prescription number two is always you want to make sure that you're taking the foundational 4 supplements. These are the 4 things that you don't get in our normal food supply, and you can get them anywhere. Health food store, you can go to the different websites, and there's a lot of places that carry them, but here's the 4 things that really everybody should really take, kids and adults, that we just don't get in our food supply. So number one is a good whole food multivitamin. Then digestive enzymes to help break our food down because our soil is so depleted. And because our soil is so depleted, it doesn't matter how organic the food is, we're still lacking the enzymes that we really need to break our foods down. And that's why digestive enzymes are very good to an already good diet that you should be following. And then number 3, cod liver oil or a good fish oil. It has vitamin A, vitamin D, and omega-3 fatty acids, which we all need. And then probiotics. Probiotics put the good bacteria back in our digestive tract. And we've taken antibiotics for so long, it's kind of wiped out all the bacteria. And the good bacteria needs to be in there for our body to function at a very high level. And so the probiotics, they do that very thing. They put the good bacteria back in so your immune system can be stronger, so that your elimination of toxins, bowel movements, and all that can be much better. And it sets you up just to win, which that's what this whole thing is all about. So that can be very good too. Now, prescription number 3, as we talk about, is getting your blood work done with your primary care physician. You want to make sure you get blood work done at least every 6 months with your primary care, whether you have current health challenges that you're taking medications for, or if you're just looking at it from more of a wellness perspective. The blood changes every 90 to 120 days. Blood work is the cornerstone of figuring out what's going on with our health. It's been the gold standard in healthcare for so long, and it's critical for you to continue to do that and work with your doctor and make sure you get those numbers and make sure everything's all doing well within your body. Number 4 of the prescriptions that we talk about is to make sure you get plenty of water. Now, the old adage is you want half your body weight in ounces of pure non-chlorinated water each and every day. So if you weigh 150 pounds, then you want to shoot for 75 ounces of water a day. So that's always a good way to go. Number 5 is the exercise. Exercise 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day, doing something you enjoy, and it doesn't matter. But listen, here's the deal. No excuses. It doesn't matter if it's snowing outside, raining outside, whatever. You got to make it happen. If you can't get to a gym and you don't have a treadmill at home or a bicycle at home, then you have some videos, have some backup, have some things that you know you can get a 30-minute workout in that day and get the body moving so you can stay on target and stay on track, keep your body where it needs to be. And then don't forget that number 6 is rest. Rest is so important. Now, it doesn't mean just sleeping all the time, but you need to have a good day of rest. Rest your mind, rest your body, and the sleep we get at night along with that rest is critical. You want to be in bed by at least 11 p.m. your time, whatever your time zone is, because the body's on a circadian rhythm. And every minute of sleep we get before midnight is worth about 4 minutes after midnight. And that is critical for all of our hormones to function properly, for our body to recover, to regenerate, to be ready for the next day. So our cortisol levels, DHEA levels, our adrenal glands are working better. I could just go on and on and on about how powerful sleep is. But it is, and it's something that we need to focus on a regular basis. So that's daily prescription number 6. And number 7 is have a very good, trusted primary care physician that you really believe in and that believes in you, that you're not scared or intimidated by, that you can go up and lay things out for them about how to get your body healthier, and they'll listen to you. If you want to try natural things, they'll listen to you. If you want to lower medications, they'll work with you. So they're there to guide you. They're not there to lord over you. There's a big difference, and you want to make sure you find someone that you can trust in that arena. Get a blood test, though, done for leptin. Leptin is a big marker for losing weight and fat loss. Make sure they're checking your thyroid gland and a host of other growth hormone, pituitary gland, the list goes on and on. You just want to get with a good doctor that can check plenty of blood work and figure out exactly where your body is so you can come up with a game plan. But follow those prescriptions. Those are some good basic foundational principles to help you get to the goals that you're looking for. Are you ready to chow? It's time for Keto Chow. When it comes to eating healthy, the keto diet has become one of the nutrition leaders in optimizing health, losing unwanted weight, and reaching your health and wellness goals. No extravagant cooking, no long kitchen cleanup, and most importantly, especially for me, it's convenient. Just put quality keto chow powder in a bottle, add some heavy whipping cream or your favorite fat, a little water, and boom, shake it up and you're ready to chow. Keto chow tastes amazing. So make keto chow easy for you and your family today with Keto Chow. Let's go chow. Visit Keto Chow online at ketochow.xyz. That's ketochow.xyz.
To find out more, visit the show online, InShapeNetwork.com.
Triple 828-372-72. Great information for your health and for your life there. You can sign up for our Facebook and Twitter. You can also join their links to get you over in the social media world. All kinds of specials too. What are you struggling with? You want to talk about your health? We want to talk about it with you. And the amazing thing is our health really is our greatest wealth. And when you talk to people, there's everything going on within their lives. And it's amazing with the stress and with family and with work responsibilities. But we tend to let our health kind of fall to the bottom of the pile, and we end up not taking care of it for a period of time until maybe you get into your late 40s or something, and something begins to break down, and then, of course, you're having symptoms, and then, of course, you go to your doctor, and then the big red flag goes up, and you're like, oh, my goodness, now I've got diabetes. Now I've got high blood pressure. Now I have high cholesterol. And you're like, well, how did this happen? What do I do? And there's a lot of things you can do. And on this show, that's what we want to do. We want to empower you to make good decisions, empower you with information, and empower you, equip you so that you can live the life and the freedom that you deserve, because you do deserve to live in great health. And if you can make good decisions so that your body can regenerate every single day, and new cells can form, old cells can go away, the bad cells can die off, and the new cells form, then you can get a brand new body in so many ways and start functioning at a high level. And just know this, there's always hope to get your health back, and there's always hope to maintain and attain the extraordinary health that we always talk about here on the show. Right now, we're going to go to Rex. Hi, Rex. Welcome to the show.
Good evening. With your last caller there, I've already received a lot of information about the question I was about to ask you. Anyway, long story short.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm a 62-year-old white male that retired from the military in 1994. And when I retired from the military, I weighed 225 pounds. Okay. And since that time, I've picked up about 50 pounds. And I've been seeing the same primary care provider for about the last 17 years. And he wasn't pushing me on my weight, but I finally had a serious discussion with him, and basically he told me, he said, well, you've been gaining 3 pounds a year since your military retirement, and he said, if you keep that up, it's not good. So, and I walk about 4.5 miles about 5 days a week, and I do the body blade. I don't know if you know anything about the body blade, but it's a great tool to flex and stress muscles. And
that's right.
But the second week I went back, they did a ketosis exam of my urine, and they said that my ketosis state was too high, that I needed to drink more fluid. And then they upped my calorie count to 1150 with 25 carbohydrates. The 25 carbohydrates killed me. I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't having regular bowel movements.
Yeah,
and so when I went back this time, they upped my carbohydrates to 40, and they upped my calories to 1200. I feel so much better, but what they told me was not to expect to lose, and they wanted me to lose about 4 pounds a week. They said, you're probably not going to lose 4 pounds a week, but you should lose at least 2 pounds a week. And I don't think I'm going to have a problem doing that, but my question is, how much more can my body tolerate? That's my concern.
Tolerate as far as the amount of calories you can eat, or tolerate as far as weight
keep
loss?
this program up. I mean, 1,200 calories a day at 40 carbs, that's a pretty aggressive program. And I don't know, medically speaking, how long should I keep that up? I mean, it's not going to be a, forever and ever type thing. The body won't sustain it, I don't think. And I know that my eating habits have to change for the rest of my life. I accept that. But, I feel so much better now on a 1,200 calorie and 40 carbohydrates. And sometimes, I may hit 50 carbohydrates a day. But I can stay under the 1,200 easily. And I just wanted to know what you're, medically speaking, is that wise thing to do?
I think that you've got good medical.
But you know what I'm saying? At some point, I gotta quit focusing on losing the weight.
From a medical, let me stop you right there. From a medical perspective, it sounds like you've got a good team, so they've got you covered on that end. If you're asking my thoughts, I think that as far as 40 carbohydrates, I think counting the carbohydrates, you don't want to get too much hung up on that. It's because what's going to happen is you don't want your life to be run by that. But portion sizes and that sort of thing, I think for the longer term is going to be good. You've already dropped 21 pounds. That's great. I mean, what is your goal? How much more weight do you want to drop?
Yeah. My question is, do you think 40 carbohydrates is unrealistic?
I think for the short term it would be okay, but I think for the long term it's too low because your brain functions on glucose, and the reason you don't feel good and your body has a process called gluconeogenesis, where it will, when you go into ketosis, it will use other things like proteins, and it will turn the proteins into glucose for your brain to be able to function. So your body has its own self-preservation mechanism in there to make that happen. But as far as 40 carbohydrates for the long term, I think that's too low. And that's my thought. Again, you got to go with what the team you've kind of hired, so to speak, that's helping you through that. But that's why when I wrote my book, Empowering Your Health, that's why I put in there the anti-inflammatory diet. I believe in, and from what we've seen, the research I've done, that when everything's equal amounts of lean proteins and low glycemic carbs and the healthy fats, when you're eating those in a combination ratio, meaning that you're not eating a ton of protein and just a little bit of carbohydrate, everything's in balance. When you do that, the weight loss, usually on average, if somebody really needs to lose weight, usually the weight loss is usually around usually about 28 pounds to 30 pounds in a 90-day, about a 60-day period. And of course, results vary. That is true. But at the same time, the body's pretty amazing in how it responds, but it always wants to be in balance. So granted, you didn't gain a bunch of weight because you weren't eating. You gained a bunch of weight because you were eating. And so your habits need to change, just like you talked about. But it's how they change. So I guess what I'm saying, long story short, when you cut down your calories, that's one thing. But then when you cut down your carbohydrates, that's another. And so for the short term, that sounds like it would be a great plan. But you might want to find something that looks a little bit more in balance for the long term. And I think because of that right there, you'll burn out on that big time. You need something that's longer term that you can stick with. And you might want to talk to the dietitian that you're working with and say, hey, look, I know you're probably only giving me bits and pieces at a time, but can you give me more of the long range plan? Are we going to stay on 50 carbohydrates forever? Or are we going to bump it up to 100, 150? Where are we headed with all this? Because the carbohydrates, the type of carb matters. So if you're eating 50 carbohydrates, but you're getting it from bread or from pasta or from potatoes or whatever, you really want to get it from fruits and vegetables. And if you ate 3 big helpings of fruits and vegetables each day, you're probably going to get just barely over 100 grams of carbs. And even that's not going to be too much. That's not going to put a bunch of weight on you, especially if you're exercising. Exercising is the key. You just got to be consistent with it. A lot of people will either over-exercise or they'll exercise a little bit, just a couple of days a week, and it's not really enough to stimulate what you need to as far as burning calories and dropping body fat and the whole nine. So, I mean, it sounds like you're on a good game plan. Again, short term, something radical like that, no big deal. I mean, you've seen the results. You dropped the weight. But you want to make sure that you can live a reasonably common sense life that is not just completely restrictive in every way. And then you can maintain the weight that you're dropping. Because there's nothing going to be more discouraging than if you go to 150 carbohydrates a day and start, but still eating well, and you gain a bunch of weight back. It's almost like it's false victory in this kind of thing.
if that makes sense. I'm a bigger fan of keeping things in balance along the way. So it might be something you want to consider and talk with your dietitian and your medical team about that. But make sure you're supplementing Foundational 4. That's important. There's some great research with conjugated linoleic acid, CLA. So it might be something you want to look into. And there's some other great research on L-arginine, citrulline, and a lot of the green tea polyphenols that are really, unbelievable for antioxidants. And then, of course, for the different fat loss mechanisms that they have in them, along with your already good diet. So those are some things maybe you can poke around, do some research on. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. This is the best in healthy talk radio. Let's go now to Donald. Hi, Donald. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Good to talk with you, man.
You too. I listen to you every night, and I told my fiance, I said I want to try to talk to him, and I'm way over here. I'm way down Georgia.
Well, good, man. It's great to talk with you. What can I do to help?
I got some bone spurs in my neck and arthritis in my neck. I got arthritis in my joints, and I went to my rheumatologist, and he's told me that they checked me for rheumatoid arthritis, and I didn't have it, but the way I hurt all in my body, he told me I had the forms of fibromyalgia.
Okay.
And
so you want to know, or you just want to tell me? I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let me go into this commercial break, and then when we come out, we'll talk about arthritis, we'll talk about fibromyalgia, we'll talk about the difference between the two, we'll talk about the symptoms that you have, and let me kind of get a gauge on where things are going, and then we can kind of compare the opinions of your physicians, and then maybe come up with a game plan that can help in your situation. Don't go anywhere. Did you know that you can listen to the Asa Rx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Connect with On Call Radio and watch On Call TV at InShapeNetwork.com.
Lines are open, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. This is the show where your health really is your greatest wealth. You can also check us out. Going to the break, talking with Donald. Donald's been dealing with several things, arthritis, and some of the doctors have said it might be fibromyalgia. So, Donald, let's talk about that for a minute. Now, I know you've had some pain in the neck area, the cervical area. Why don't you give me kind of an overview, and also tell me, with your symptoms when you went into your doctor or doctors, both, any of the multiple opinions, kind of what they've told you and the direction that they've taken you, and what kind of medications or things they've suggested for you.
Okay, what they done was x-rays on my neck and found that I had bone spurs in my neck and arthritis in my neck.
Okay.
And I went to the rheumatologist because she done some blood work, and she said it looked like, just my family doctor, she said it looked like I had some problems with, might be rheumatoid arthritis, so she sent me to a rheumatologist, and he done x-rays on my hands, and he said, well, you ain't got, and done blood work, and said that I didn't have rheumatoid arthritis, but the way my muscles hurt and everything, he said I had the forms of fibromyalgia. And more or less, I really want to know about the bone spurs in my neck.
You want to know what they are, or how to get rid of them?
How can I get rid of them? Or
are they going to tell you? Did they tell you they want to do surgery? What did they tell you that they want to do?
No, sir, they didn't. My doctor didn't say nothing so far. I got to go back to third and see what she said about it. But I was just wondering if there's something you can take to get rid of them, or.
Well, bone spurs occur for several reasons. There can be genetic factors. There can be lifestyle factors, meaning for whatever reason, your bones in the neck area, whether your head, which weighs about 8 pounds, leans forward a lot, it can create what's called a reverse cervical curve.
which instead of having the nice curve that a neck is supposed to have in it to equally distribute the weight, it can have what's called a reverse curve or a military neck. And then, of course, the pressure of the 8-pound head kind of presses down every time you take a step. It can start compressing the disc, degenerating the disc in between the bones, and can start causing some of the spurs to form. The other theory about bone spurs is that we have a lot of calcium in our body. And the thing is, we may have a lot of calcium, and there's a lot of calcium buildup. But the problem becomes that if you get the calcium buildup over a period of time, well, if you don't have enough vitamin D, which vitamin D is kind of the one that absorbs everything. And if you don't have enough vitamin D, it won't absorb the calcium so your body can utilize it for all kinds of things, whether it's stronger bones or for hormones or whatever that vitamin D is being used for at that time. And so with low vitamin D levels, which has almost become a crisis with a lot of people in America today, then your body doesn't utilize it, and it can form spurs, and it can form the little rough spots on the bones. And so that can be another key to what might be going on in that as well. And it can cause a lot of pain. I mean, it can be very painful. But as far as the dietary things, as far as general arthritis, fibromyalgia, which is more inflammation of the tissues, the connective tissue, ligaments, tendons, and even just the skin itself can be painful with fibromyalgia. That really can be helped quite a bit by getting on an anti-inflammatory diet, a diet that's really low in the foods that would create inflammation and really high on the foods that would decrease inflammation in the body. Lean quality proteins, chicken, fish, beef, eggs, low glycemic carbohydrates in the form of fruits and vegetables, and then the good healthy fats, omega-3s, 6s and 9s, almonds, walnuts, cashews, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, there's a lot that you can do to lower inflammation in the body and cut down on a lot of arthritic symptoms, fibromyalgia, all that kind of stuff. So there's several things that you can do to handle that. And, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're working with your physicians, they're giving you their opinions, then you want to do your due diligence, and you can start working hard, like go in there and tell them that you'd like to have blood work done on your calcium levels and also looking at vitamin D. And they'll do the blood test for you. They won't have a hard time with that. And then you can see what those numbers are, see if you need vitamin D or calcium, or decrease some of those or increase, whatever you need to do. But it's about working together with them and then coming up with your own game plan for nutrition, because most physicians are not going to work with you on your diet, nutrition, and all that. They're just not. Some may have dietitians, some may have nutritionists that work with them, but at the end of the day, most of them won't. And they're going to kind of guide you as far as medications and whatnot. They're going to tell you need to eat a good diet, but they're not going to tell you what exactly that means. And so you're going to have to kind of come up with a game plan. I want to encourage you. There's a lot you can do. You can hire a nutritionist. You can, if you want, you can use my book, Empowering Your Health. It's at all the bookstores. You can use that as a reference just for some ideas and things that you might want to run by some of those folks. But changing the way you eat is so critical. Change the way you eat, you'll change the way you live. It's a real key. Now, there's supplements, too, that can help with joint pain. Manganese is really good. And the whole glucosamine thing, it's had some good points and some good research around it, and it's had some really tough spots as far as research goes. And I'm kind of mixed on it. I've seen people that do well on it and seen people that really didn't do so well. So you kind of want to fill that out on your own. If you're allergic to sulfur at all, it is a sulfate-based supplement. And it might be something you want to be careful with. Sometimes people have reactions with those. But I would definitely go get another opinion. I would go get a DO or a DC. That's a doctor of osteopathic medicine, which is a DO, or a doctor of chiropractic medicine, that's a DC. Might be good to consult with, because if it is in the neck and it's not bad enough to have surgery, there's a lot they can do to increase motion in the joints that might be helpful for your situation. Hope that helps. Puts another hour in the charts. I'd like to thank our producer, Leslie Pardue, and the rest of the team. I'm your health and lifestyle coach. Go tell one person something you learned on this show, and together we can change the health of our friends, our families, and our communities. You're listening to the best in healthy talk radio, where we're diagnosing hope one person at a time.
Asa Rx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora. For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
This episode is over, but check episode notes for links to products and services you've heard about on this episode. Thanks for listening and subscribing. Please share the Asa Rx audio experience with others and stay in touch by giving us your comment or review.